Guys, so here is my top 5 list. Some of the stuff you can do with kids, but this would be like, here's my list without kids. If you could leave your kids home or you don't have kids, right? Number 5, my number 5 is going to be fishing in Hawaii, right? It is kid-friendly. You can take a kid out on a boat. Me specifically, I've fished with the rods offshore. I've been on the boat fishing. My personal favorite is spearfishing. I haven't gone spearfishing until I came to Hawaii. Once I got here, my friend kind of took me out and said, hey, this is the ropes, this is how you do it. It is not easy, it is exciting, it's adventurous, and I would totally suggest, if you come to Hawaii, find someone who can get you a spear, put it in your hand, go out in the ocean, know the rules, know the safety issues, but it is totally worth doing, because if you catch something and you bring that back and you cook it on the beach, awesome experience. You're not getting that. I never got that where I came from. Definitely an awesome adventure to try. Number 4, quattro, wakeboarding. For me, I love wakeboarding. I haven't done it too many times. I only went a few times, but wakeboarding in Hawaii for me was just awesome. There's a lot of other things you can do on the lake. It is a kid-friendly thing. You could bring your kids. Obviously, for me, my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old weren't gonna go out on a wakeboard. We ended up doing some tubing, which was awesome, and I guess that's a kid-friendly thing, but I enjoyed it, my wife enjoyed it. Luke had a blast. So I think just going out, leaving the kids at home, a couple of hours, it's right in town, so right after that you can head to Honolulu, hang out in the city, get some food. There's surfing close by. There's a lot of great stuff around there. It's a beautiful scenery. I would totally suggest it. That's why it is my number 4. All right, number 3 for me is scuba diving, and it probably would be number 1. It's my number 3 in my list that I'm giving you, because I feel like I could have done it in New York, I could do it in Australia, I've done it in Bahamas. It is awesome, it is an experience in Hawaii. There are so many great dive sites, there are so many great guides. I would suggest the guide we used, who's a friend of mine, Ricardo. Link at the bottom. All the stuff we're talking about, we'll just post links and whatever, and if you have questions, comment, I'll answer them. But scuba diving is definitely worth doing in Hawaii. I would suggest going over to Sharks Cove. Sharks Cove, it's a really easy dive site, depending. The season's getting close, you know, we're getting into winter, so it's hard to dive. Winter, check out the big waves over at Sharks Cove right now. Hard to dive Sharks Cove right now in the winter, so if it's winter time, go to another side of the island, just call a dive shop, they'll hook you up. But definitely worth doing. I've done it a couple times, I'm gonna keep going. Number 2, dose. It was an experience that I've never had before. There's always a fear that you have with meeting a shark in the ocean, especially for a surfer. I've had a fin pop up next to me. It almost makes you think, should I go back in the ocean? So what better thing to do than go in the ocean with sharks? Fear of sharks is something I kind of have in the back of my head. I guess everybody has in the back of their head when you're surfing and scuba diving, snorkeling, whatever. So I figured, why not go swim with sharks? Kathleen, no way. This is something I think you could do in 2 ways, right? One way is you go in a cage, obviously a lot safer, no issues, that fear that there's something between you and the shark. I haven't done it that way. If you check out our video or this footage, you'll see we are swimming without a cage. You are swimming with sharks. What kind of sharks? What kind show up that day? I don't know. Galapagos, black tip, white tip, hammerhead, they're out there. So they're gonna come. Are they aggressive? They weren't the day I went. So it put a different light in my eyes. Luke's first time swimming with sharks. Seamus jumped in the water, which he wanted to look over the side of the boat to see the sharks, and he ends up jumping in the water. Completely surprising to me. I can't believe he jumped in the water. I don't know if at 8 years old I would have jumped in the water with sharks, but he did it, and I think it was just an awesome experience for him because he can see how these animals live in their natural environment and we're jumping into their environment, and then it also takes the fear away. Like, I'm almost at the point now when I'm surfing, if a shark popped up, I'd probably be pretty comfortable and maybe not even paddle away from it. I don't know. I could tell you the last time I was in the water and a shark fin popped up, I put my hands like this and my feet up and I did one of these and paddled back to shore. Now, I don't know if I would. My number 2, go diving with sharks. Number 1, uno. My favorite thing on Hawaii. My favorite thing is to surf. I love surfing. Surfing is amazing in Hawaii. If you surf, experienced, North Shore is the place to be. You probably already know. I came here. I am not super experienced in surfing, so I see all these videos, I see all these crazy things online. I'm seeing these 15, 20, 30-foot waves on reef, and everybody's telling you how dangerous it is, and they are 100% correct, right? It is very dangerous. But what they don't tell you, all these pro surfers and all these amazing surfers, is there's a place for you to surf if you're not a pro, right? There are places all over the island. North Shore, yes, it gets very big. Are there places for you to surf on North Shore if you are afraid and you only want to surf a waist-high wave that's this big? Yes, there's a place for you to surf. So, come to Hawaii, get a surf lesson. I've been surfing for a very long time, and when I came to Hawaii, I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to do. I hired a guide. They took me out. They showed me a couple of spots. They got me comfortable in the water. I didn't need them to teach me how to stand up on the board, but I needed to be comfortable in the water to know what I should be doing and shouldn't be doing for safety. I would suggest, if you know what you're doing, but you haven't surfed in Hawaii, safety. Get someone who knows what they're doing, take you out for a day, show you some places, and do that. If you know what you're doing, have fun. Surfing, my number 1. Okay, this is Tippy, my beautiful little girl. Are you my beautiful little girl? Yeah? And she's very ladylike. Look at this. You gotta put your hands like that. Like this, you do it? Like this, you do it. This is the way you do it. And that's Finley. I don't know if you can see Finley. You wanna wave, Finley? Say hi. Okay, this is our top 5 for families. This little one, that little one, and my 8-year-old in there, and Kathleen. So, 5 on my list. 5 on your list? Helicopter. Helicopters, 5. I'll tell you why. It was awesome. It was really fun. It was really cool. It was a great experience. It was the first time myself and my family have been in a helicopter, but Tippy threw up and all 3 kids fell asleep. Apparently helicopters do that. I'll tell you why it's on my list is because you need to see the island, especially if you're here for a couple of weeks. I think it's important to just get an idea of the island. So whether you're gonna drive around it, which will probably take you about a day, right? With stops, if you're gonna stop. If you're just driving, maybe 3 or 4 hours. With stopping at all the beaches. Where are you going? Oh my goodness, you almost fell off the chair. With stopping, I would say 3 or 4 hours. Helicopter, you get it in an hour, done. Spin around the whole thing, you see all the beaches, you see all the rocks, you see all the cool features, you see the waterfalls, you get an idea of, hey, I wanna go check that place out. You just take notes. The guides are awesome, and they explain everything that you're seeing. What is this unicorn doing? What did you think about the helicopter, Tippy? If you're gonna stay, you have to sit.
No.
No? All right, you're leaving? You wanna talk about the dolphins? Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 4 for us. Number 4. What's number 4?
4.
Swim with dolphins.
Swim with dolphins.
Did you love that?
Mm-hmm.
You loved swimming with dolphins?
Uh-huh.
She loves swimming with dolphins, but it's number 4 on our list. We went out on a boat. They brought us, they catch up with the dolphins, they find them, they find a spot where there's not a lot of people around, it's quiet. You will see dolphins on the boat, off the boat, in the water. Here's the issue. I feel like, for me, I'm really comfortable in the water. The kids are comfortable in the water. Everybody here is comfortable in the water. There are dolphins that kind of go around the island, right, on a daily loop. And there are spots that you find out, hey, this is where we can go and find dolphins. We can just jump in the water off the beach, either with a kayak, a surfboard, stand-up paddleboard, get out to them, go snorkeling, swim with them. If you don't have that time, then it's totally worth doing, right? Because even just seeing the dolphins jumping out of the water from the boat, and you're gonna get to swim and snorkel. So it's a great experience. It's definitely worth doing. My list, number 4. Number 3 for me and my family. And this is kids. The kids love this. Paddle boarding, number 3. Paddle boarding with turtles. So cool. So there's tons of places, basically anywhere there's water you can paddle board in Hawaii. They rent paddle boards everywhere. I went paddle boarding on the North Shore. What I would say is I really enjoyed paddle boarding in the river in Hawaii, which is on the North Shore. When you're coming up the center of the island, you hit Hawaii, you go right into town. There are a bunch of places that will rent you paddle boards, kayaks, whatever you want to do. The river is great with kids because there are no waves. It is a flat, calm river. No ripples. Pretty easy to paddle. You don't have to stand up. You put the kids on the front of the board and you go. They had a blast. You're gonna see turtles. You're gonna see awesome things. It took us about 2 hours to do from start to finish. Go there, and we were jumping. We jumped off a bridge. 2 bridges we jumped off. Seamus jumped off a bridge. Very surprising. Check it out. Boom. Luke and I jumped off a big bridge. Don't know why. Don't know if it's safe. Don't know if you're allowed to. Don't jump off the bridge unless you want to jump off the bridge at your own risk. I don't know. Maybe the water level changes, so be careful. Ask somebody. We just saw a bridge. We jumped off it. But it was awesome. And the kids loved it. It is worth doing. Check it out. That's my number 3. Number 2. My list is pretty much all North Shore. There's so many things to do on the North Shore. I've been here for months and months and months, and I'm still doing things. So just coming to the North Shore, put that on your list. Number 2, family, Waimea Falls. Waimea Falls, across the street, Waimea Bay. You can get both done in a day. It is awesome. It is a great experience for the kids. There's a lot of history at Waimea Falls. It's a hike. It's a trail that is paved the whole way. You could bring strollers, wheelchairs, whatever you need to get in there. You can do it. It is easy. There's not a lot of hills. The kids are running around. There's tons of flowers, and it's just an amazing place. They have food, they have bathrooms, and the best part of it is you hike through this trail for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. And at the end, there is a waterfall with a place to swim. There's lifeguards, they give you vests. So it is just a great day. The kids love it. Number 2, Waimea Falls, kids love it. Number 1, with a family, Sharks Cove. There are 2 sections in Sharks Cove. There's one section in the center that waves can break, water can get rough. It's a lot deeper. Can you bring kids out there? Yeah, I go out there with Seamus all the time. We have a blast. He's comfortable swimming, so I feel comfortable bringing him out there. My other 2, 4, Tippy Finn. I probably wouldn't bring him out into that section. But what I would tell you is inside of Sharks Cove, the inside, where just to the left, check it out, here. You could see shallow, clear, awesome. Tippy can stand in most of Sharks Cove in this section. So what does that mean? That means that your kids are like in a swimming pool surrounded by thousands of fish. I mean, there are fish everywhere. Do you need goggles and a snorkel to see fish there? No, you don't. You will see fish within 3 feet walking into the water. It gets busy, so maybe don't go on the weekends. It is my number 1 because you can snorkel. The kids can hang out and play in the water. There's a great little sandy beach area. There's a ton of food right across the street, food trucks, there's a supermarket. It is just a great place, and you're gonna love it. The kids are gonna love it. Kids wanna go back there all the time. So my number 1 for family with kids, Sharks Cove. If you're not coming to the North Shore, switch something around, come to the North Shore. Maybe you can get Sharks Cove, some of Waimea Falls. Yeah, you could probably bang out a couple of these things in one day. That's my list. Number 1, Sharks Cove for families. Here's the cool part of this video. Almost everything we spoke about on this video, we have a full video for. So if you want to see what scuba diving at Sharks Cove, or surfing on the North Shore, or paddleboarding in Hawaii, we have a video for it. Go watch it. I'm not stopping you. Find out for yourself how much fun we had. Thanks for watching. This was a great video. I think I enjoyed this because it brings back the memories of all the enjoyable things I've done in Hawaii. And it's just such a wonderful place to be, and I'm so lucky, and the family is so lucky to have this opportunity to spend and enjoy the outdoors while all of this madness is going on around us. It's like a bubble. I have a beach right there. I'm going to the beach now. Thanks for watching. Peace.